What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. We're taking a look at the First Berserker Khazan here, running on the Steam Deck, specifically the OLED model in this video, and we'll take a look at some performance. Now, I'm really preferring running XeSS from Intel in this game. The image quality is much better than the FSR2 that is implemented in here, but to get to those settings, we're going to have to make some changes that I think are probably worth it in the game, or at least they were for me. But we'll take a look at that performance, a little bit of comparison there, and kind of where I settled for my settings here for this game on the deck. Now, again, those settings are pretty much going to be the medium preset 800p. I'm going to be running DirectX 12, but it does default to 11. We have a resolution scale, which is pretty much using FSR2 from what I can tell that you can change right there, but don't have FSR2 options or XeSS or anything here. We're going to have to get that fixed up and running the way I want. Now, getting into here and just starting off looking at things running the FSR2 or the resolution scale rather, which is basically FSR2, we switches to max, and I think this is basically a quality balanced from what I could tell from what my comparisons were earlier. But yeah, that's kind of what that seems what they're using for the resolution scale. But again, using XeSS was much better for me. So being able to get the menu this way, where you want to see FSR2 and XeSS options, we're going to have to use the command prompt in properties. So going to our game and into our properties and our launch options here, we're going to go ahead and type in the Steam Deck equals 0 space % command % line that we would put in here, which is going to bypass the lockout of those settings and allow us to open those up. So if you want to do that, you can here. You are going to get this prompt telling you that this is a Windows version. It requires Windows. You're going to have to click OK each time you launch the game with that command line in. But what that does is opens up the actual FSR2 options here the way that they should be. And you can also see XeSS2 down, or XeSS rather, down there as well, which is what I'm going to actually wind up using in the game, because I think it just looks a lot better in this one compared to the FSR2 that we have. That's pretty much how you get that working there. Now, getting in here with FSR2 set on quality, it still just doesn't look that great, and we lose a lot of detail, and you might not even be a person that picks up on it all that much, but I certainly do on everything, especially the smaller details. Turning on Intel's XeSS, even to balanced or performance, looks much better. And when you compare these side by side, there is not much difference in performance. You lose a little, but what you gain in the image quality is a lot. There's a lot more detail that you can see with those. And so that's just why I opted to go this way. It's worth it for me to do that command prompt. It's worth it for me to have to click OK when I launch in, because I just think this image quality looks a lot better. If you don't want to bother with any of that, the game's going to default to DirectX 11. You can use the regular resolution scale, which is basically FSR2, but you're picking high or max or whatever you want there. But I preferred running the game this way, and I thought it was a great experience. I put in a couple hours this way and didn't have any problems. There is some micro stutter here and there, but I was also getting that some with the X11 in my time too, so I don't know if that all necessarily relates to this. But anyways, I'm going to leave you guys with a little bit of gameplay here so you can check out the game running here on the deck with these settings, and certainly set things to low, medium, high, or whatever resolution scales you want to get the performance you're wanting out of this game. Alright guys, as always, thanks a lot for coming and check out the video. I really appreciate it, and I'll see you in the next one.